Okay, in this tutorial, we're going to start to uh, produce the first set of documents that you're supposed to submit in this class, and that's your 3 stacked walls. Now, in class, we will cover all 3 stacked walls, and then we'll take a look at how do we present those. And you can see that on my screen, it's pretty messy there. There's all kinds of stuff there. And if I scroll out, I think you'll see there's even more. And we're not too concerned about what this looks like because this isn't how we present our information. We present it on uh, title blocks, on sheets. So you can have a pretty messy model in terms of your workspace, but your presentation space will look nice and neat. So we made several walls in a previous class. And as I mentioned, I think I might have mentioned, my standard template has many of my stacked walls already made. So when I start a new project, the stacked walls are always off to the side here. So I can select those. So we spend a lot of time at the beginning of the class making our stacked walls, but once you have made them, then you own them. And over time, as I'm working on a project and I need a different stacked wall, I simply add it to my collection. So I modify an existing stacked wall and add it to my collection. So as you can see, I have a series of stacked walls here, and I want to present a few of those now, as you have 3 stacked walls that you need to present. One stacked wall is the exterior wall of your house. The other stacked wall is the wall that's common between the house and the garage. And the third stacked wall is simply the garage wall. So those are 3 different types of stacked walls. And we want to present all 3 of those. So what I would do in this situation, you have many walls that you've made already, the individual walls, and then the stacked walls that you've made. So I would start by taking a section line, and I would just draw a section through all of my stacked walls. Now, one interesting thing about the section is if you see this dash line, this represents the depth of field. So right now, this section is going to present everything that's inside of this dash line all the way up to here. So let's take a look at that and see why that's not a good situation in this case. So if I go to the view, you can see that in the background, I can see part of my original layout of my house. So back to the first floor plan, if I click on the section, you can see that it's showing me the garage walls here and the garage doors, and I don't want to see those. So what I do is I change the depth of field so that it does not include any of these objects. And now when I go back to that section, all I can see are my stacked walls. So I'll change the view resolution to fine so I can see the details. And let's say that I wanted to show this on a sheet. I don't want to show all of these. I only want to show this on a sheet. So what I would do is I have this crop region visible. If I click that, it goes away. So I want to see the crop region, and I want to crop this view so that all I can see is that stacked wall. So let's take a look. I'm looking at section 1. I'm going to go over to my sheets. I'll make a new sheet, and I will use my horizontal, 11 by 17 horizontal. And then I simply go up to section 1 and grab it and pull it over. And now it's there. If I go back to section 1 and I change this, I want to show the next one, and I do this to grab it and drag it over. Let's go back and look at that sheet. What happened? And see what happened. I see it's presenting my view. So that's not what I wanted to do. I want to leave this section view, the first one. And so in order to put a second section 1 view on my sheet, I actually have to duplicate it. I can't put it on a new sheet. So I'm going to say duplicate view and just duplicate it. And now I have section 2, and I'll take that view range and move it back. And now I have my second one. Back to my sheet, I'll grab that section 1 copy and put it right there. So now I have 2 of them. And eventually we're going to want to clean this up a little bit. And then back to section 1, I'm going to duplicate it again and change my view range to the third stacked wall. And your stacked walls might not be in the same location. And if that's the case, then the same location as mine are, but you have to hunt around until you find the correct 3 stacked walls. And what we want to do then is go back to my sheet, grab my new copy and pull it over here and click, and now it's there. So they're all there now. And that's where I'm going to stop this, and I'll do another tutorial in a moment that shows how we're going to clean this up before you submit it, and then how to print it so that you will be able to submit it.